Hello again, it's me, James, and I'm here with Spug again. Hi, Spug.
Hello.
We're going at it again because I felt like I was close to achieving something last time, so I've swapped in a different. I've swapped in a couple of cards. D-Ken for Wong. Um, yeah, the last act of a desperate man, and Black Dwarf for better or for worse instead of Doodah Dark Phoenix because a lot of people have Dark Phoenix, and it sort of achieves the same effect. I never seem to get good value from Dark Phoenix. I know Jason. Jason always seems to buy tons of stuff with a discount, and I get nothing. Um, so really, it's just there so that I can purchase Shazam in the first place. I was hoping that Dark Phoenix would let me buy cheap Orions, but in the end, I'm sort of. I mean, I think part of the problem is I'm loath to lose my field generally, and especially against Barry. So.
Mm, yeah.
Anyway,
And you need a lot of bolts to do that, don't you, of course, as well, because you need
yes,
a
yeah,
bolt for
exactly.
Orion and you need a bolt to bolt something off. So unless you've got
Indeed,
some two-cost bolts that you're going to be buying to give you a
which I
supply of
don't.
bolts, it makes it a bit harder.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So we're got, Spug has kindly agreed to let me go first this time. So let's put
Yeah.
that there and see what happens. I don't know if not sure I'm going to benefit from going first. Not with. It's okay, isn't it? I can just prep using my
Yep.
doodah, and
Yep.
away you go.
Away I go.
I've still got an Orion and a Shazam die in my bag. I'll just take those out because that's possibly cheating.
That would be cheating. Yeah. Okay. I am going to Villainous Pact and Wolverine
Yeah.
and keep those two. You'll go.
Oh, Mr. Sinister. We could probably just very quickly skip over these opening turns. I think people have probably got enough.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So 3 and 1. Not
Well, it's just
really.
become even more reliable now you've added the Black Dwarf spin
I know,
down.
right?
Because that used to be the
Okay.
thing that threw the spine in the ointment.
Uh, I more. Yeah, I'm okay there, and I. But I have to use everything. That's the thing. Going first because I'm
Yeah.
one die shorter. I can spin that down. Well, I could KO that. Does that make a difference? It just means I
Well,
have
it
it
just gives you an
prepped
extra one
next
to
time, right?
prep. Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
I
Yeah.
will do that. So he's
I always think
five.
that's good.
In this situation, since I'm going to lose it anyway, I think
Yeah, exactly.
I would have had to re-roll that to a non-psychic face. I've switched it with Black Dwarf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He now costs, including a question mark for the mask. Shazam, you'll go.
I will sinister during your turn. Where's the sidekick face? There it is. And then we roll everything.
And roll all psychic.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well, that'll do. I might, though, just roll. If you could just get an extra couple of sidekicks, that just gives you a bit more ramp for next. Nope. Don't mind. Okay, so if I bolt that off, then I can buy it 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 4, 5. And then you can also do that, yeah. And you have that for next turn. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's bolt that off. 5 for a Abaza, and then Wolverine Global.
Mm-hmm.
Over to you.
One out of the bag. And so what I didn't do last time. I didn't buy Mr. Mind.
No,
I suppose that could apply a bit of pressure. No.
it can help. I mean, it obviously means that I will do whatever I can to not have Barry in my field on your turn.
Well, if you have to keep refilling, there's a better chance
Yeah,
of you
exactly.
missing,
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly.
And maybe against Barry, that's a better call than Orion. I mean, maybe Orion will become necessary in the end, but let's try that. So we can buy him for that. We'll fill
Yeah.
that. I think. What's in the bag? 4 in the bag, so I won't prep, and I'll just keep that for Mr. Sinister and pass to you,
All right.
I guess.
I'll put 3 in the bag and roll these guys.
Of course, that could just be game over if you rolled it.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
if I rolled a whole bunch of sidekicks, which has happened. No, not even a Barry.
oh dear.
So that changes things. All right, so let's field that sidekick.
What is Mr. Mine doing with a 2 fielding cost on his top face? That is absurd.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? I'm going to Villainous Pact. And then, no, not using that. And then Wolverine. Using that. Pass priority.
Sinister, I suppose. Does it matter when I time that? I'm gonna do it anyway.
Not really.
Not.
Okay, James.
Okay. There are 4 in the bag. The bag. I'm going to start saying bag.
4 in bag.
The 4 in bag. Okay. Ooh, he also misses. Which sucks a little bit. Just when I have stuff to mess with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Interesting. I could. Don't know if I want him to stay out my bag. Particularly. You've got a bolt. I don't want to do that. Well, he's not going to get worse than the single mask, I suppose. And I can spin 1 down, so let's give it a go. Okay. Fine. I shall fill those. Hem. 2 lines now. Okay, what if I did that? It's not the right thing to do. I never know how. I do fear Barry. It just comes at you way too quickly.
You can do. You certainly can do.
So I just Dark Phoenix and paid 1 for that. Oh, but then I can't prep with that. That's stupid. And that's the crack, isn't it? Hang on. I think that's what I had. Yeah, and there's the issue, isn't it? I can't prep. Because I could spin 1 to a fist. In fact, I could do that.
Yeah.
Do I want to lose 2 psychics? That is a question. I don't have to. Let's spin 1 to a fist. That could be to prep. I could just buy that and then prep twice. What does that do to my bag? And then Barry stays there. I'll knock it out. I'll take a chance. So I spend 1 down so I can use that. I will buy that dude that I was going to in the first place. I will prep.
Yeah.
And clinch. I'm hoping I'm going to be okay, but you've got a bunch of sinister going on. So go for it. Use your...
And make one of your sidekicks attack.
You're annoying, aren't you?
I'm going to...
Okay. Fine.
And then over to you. For the attack step, I'm not going to block it.
I probably should have passed first, because I could have perhaps avoided that. Okay, go on. Do what you must.
Not blocking.
Yeah, he's gone through. It's that one.
1 damage. Okay, I got 1 in the bag, and those 3.
Oh, that's horrible. Mr. Sinister is a problem. He's an enabler, isn't he?
He's an enabler.
That's probably going right there.
It's, 1,
Roll
2.
+4.
You can get 2 blockers, though, can't you? So I don't think it is. Because I've only got 3. Yeah, it's not, I don't think. Because you'd have to block Barry.
One more sidekick.
Yeah, exactly. Nope.
He lives.
Okay, field the sidekicks. Use your Robin Global to field a level 3. Barry. we could do 3, 1, 3, 4. You would have to block. There'd be 5 and 5. And that would be 9. And 10, that'd be 19. You're on 20, aren't you?
I think so. Or am I? No.
Yeah.
No, yes. You're on 19, I'm on 20.
Yeah. Okay, a prosperity, James.
Well, that, I suppose. Back to you.
Yeah. And I will indeed attack with everything.
Gordon Bennett. Well, I assume I have to block 2 things because what they're going to get +4 each, so 15, 16, 17, 18 you could do.
Yeah, Barry is a 9/9. And these are 5/5.
Well, Barry's certainly getting a block. There's no doubt about that.
Yes. Yeah, I think you lose if you don't block him.
Yeah. I think I have to block 2, no? Wait, so everything gets +4, yeah, so I have to block 2 psychics.
You have to block 2, yeah.
Yeah, 1 psychic, 1 Barry, so.
Yeah. So that'll go through for 15. I could do 3 pumps, but that's only 18. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. So you take 15.
Oof.
And those psychics get KO'd.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got 3 coming out, and now here's Shazam. 1. 1 in 3, champ. Come on. That one. Not that one. Wrong guy. What's still in there? Shazam and a soft. Okay, they're alright. Interesting.
Yeah.
More kicks, please. Nope. Good, okay. So, obviously, actually, hey, I didn't know. I'll feel that because it's the first one that's feels off. And then that, and then that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're on 19, which kind of sucks.
What's the stats on Orion?
Oh, he's an 8/8. He only has the 1 face.
Yay, hello.
Gosh. How annoying. Okay, well let's imagine for a second I don't die. What would be useful? Do you know what? I'll pass priority, I guess. Let you think of it.
I will make a sidekick. And do you want me to continue?
I guess. Why not?
I'll knock out my Barry. All done. Yeah.
Well, you might not re-roll it. I've just realised that Deacon's kind of useless because I've only got 5 lives, so, so there's that.
Yes.
Do I buy something? I think realistically I sit on the possibility of fielding 2 more psychics, and hope you don't roll Barry. Go ahead, Spug. Do your worst.
Right. Well, I'll put one of those in the bag. And Barry misses this time.
Oof.
So I'm going to roll everything I want. Barry, and I want psychics. No, Barry.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can't actually see Barry's face, but there's not too many.
Just single.
Sure. Okay.
He rolled single energy both times, which is very irritating.
I'm a Barry whisperer.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to spend a fist to prep the last die out of my bag. You're rolling Shazam next, aren't you? So you could actually win. Yeah, you could win because he's an 8/8, isn't he?
No, he's a
Yeah.
7/7. 7/7, but I need psychic. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
No, not at all. Yeah, that sounds good. So,
Mr. Sinister's sick. I think that's the existence of Barry and Sinister, or also Master Mold and Sinister. Just Sinister lets you do stupid things. You know, you can just
yeah, it
lose
does,
him
yeah.
and get him back next turn. It's great.
Yeah.
And given that you don't have to buy anything else for those two win cons, you can just spend all of your energy on Sinister. It's just silly.
Yeah, exactly. So probably if you roll Shazam, he's like what, about 7/7 or something, probably.
He's a 5,
You're
6, 7 in
yeah.
order.
So okay, so say he's a 6, then you got 13 damage with Orion, 14 with Mr. Mind, 15 with the sidekick. I'm on 4 life.
You've miscounted. 6 and 8 is
Have
14.
I? Okay.
Plus 2.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Plus those two is. How many is that?
Yeah.
14,
Yeah.
15, 16. Plus 2 psychics from Sinister.
Yeah. So you've got a good chance of winning next turn.
So I would need 2 more psychics or something to spin up Shazam with and a psychic. I think that's how it goes. Or a pump global, which you've kindly brought.
Yeah. Okay, I think what. So all the psychics die anyway from range if Shazam rolls, so actually having psychics is fairly irrelevant.
That's true.
If you do that, I think... Yeah. I kind of want to spend another energy. But
You need D-Ken.
I do, yeah. That's true, actually, yeah. You'd be quite useful. But I could spend 3 buying him. Okay, I am going to do that. I'm going to spend 3 on Starro.
Yeah.
And pass priority.
Sinisterizing.
Yeah.
Twice, if you let me.
Yep. And you'll go.
Right. Very nearly got back there. That was very close. Right. Come on,
Roll
then.
Shazam.
Come on, Shazam and fists and psychics is what we're looking for here, probably. I got all of those things.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I think you're going to win. Very good, very good. Well, play it out,
There's a handy fist. Right, so field him for that. Field those two. Pass priority. Either you're Sinister now or you don't anyway, I suppose.
I mean, it makes no difference because if I don't do it now, I can't block, so I might as well do it now. I would. And then you're going to wipe them off anyway when you attack.
And I'll just get in. How many is that? I'm not even going to count. That must be sufficient. There's 1 pump there.
Well, you've got... What's Shazam on?
Shazam is a 7. He's on his top level again. So that's 15.
So you've got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, you've got potential 21. Very good, very good.
Yes! Under 20 minutes.
Shazam has done for Barry.
Well, you had a bit of bad luck, but you did buy him. You managed to buy him, didn't you? And then you missed him a couple of times, but that does happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you had a bit of bad luck, but it can be done. I think we'd have to play probably another 20 games to figure out whether there was any reliability in there, or at least another 5, maybe.
Yeah.
Spug will now proceed to whip me senseless time after time. I mean, the thing about Barry is it's just, it can just come from nowhere. Because of Sinister, you can just get it back
Yeah.
again. And,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. You just field him at a few psychics and that's that.
It is a ticking time bomb, but it has no control. You see, that's the other thing. So if you get into a bad place, generally the main thing to do is just to try to keep attacking and hope for the best.
Right. But what kind of bad place can you get into? I mean, that force attack is a very powerful control, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Because
But
you're prepared to take a bit of damage from. You don't care about 7 from Shazam if it's not lethal. Right?
No, not at all. But you obviously missing Barry is bad, and not being able to buy Barry if you don't roll the right energy early on, is annoying.
But that can't happen that often, I would say, right?
No.
But based on my experience, I was able to buy it. I was able to buy and prep it. Whether that's the best thing to do, I don't know. But I was able to do that pretty much every time, except maybe one. So like 4 out of 5 times.
Yeah.
And people are going to bring you globals like I brought you Black Dwarf. So
yeah,
that's that's as consistent as you're going to get, isn't it? Rolling that's it on the other hand.
Yeah, exactly.
But it comes down to that, you roll it. Okay, you miss it some of the time. 25% of the time, you will miss it. And it'll go to use power probably, and then you'll miss the Sinister, and you might well be rolling it next time. So your opponent has literally one chance. to take the opportunity, which luckily I did that time. But I think the odds are stacked in your favour, really. Anyway,
generally I think you're right. Yeah,
I'm quite pleased with Shazam. I just really, as I said on the podcast, I really like the idea of all my characters going bing, 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 bing. It's very satisfying.
No, it is really good, and obviously it's not vulnerable to Wonder Woman.
No, I did think about that. Tombstone neither, nor is Shazam. Obviously Robin and Mr. Binder, but Orion is not. He's just stats. So I know. I was beaten a couple of times in Dice Fight XL by the Breath Weapon X lads with just sheer weight of numbers and stats, and I think that can happen. Quite easily with a bit of removal through range or through bloody millions of Black Widows spinning your level 1 dice down, or through Robin, or whatever it is, with a bit of removal and some Orions. It's not quite as sudden as Barry, but it can definitely happen.
That's right.
Anyway, thank you, Spug, and thank you all
good game, James,
for watching. We hope that was in some sense informative. Maybe it will inform your world's choices. Maybe not. In any case, it was fun. So thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch other videos. Take care, and bye-bye.
Bye.